Hey, welcome to LiveHive, where you can stay up to date with the latest updates about marketing, sales, and business. Podcasts are incredible. You can tune into them while you wash the dishes, while you walk the puppy, or while you wait for your kid in the carpool line. If you're looking to grow your trade, learn from the best worldwide experts, or just begin taking charge of your work and life in a more satisfying way, business podcasts can help you get started. The thing people cherish most about podcasts is the closeness of listening to somebody over and over through your speakers. You begin to feel a profound connection with the host, and if you listen to business podcasts enough, you might even want to start one of your own. They won't do the difficult work for you, but they might provide you the inspiration and understanding you need to succeed. That's why we rounded up 10 of the best business podcasts for aspiring and established entrepreneurs. Whether you're looking for practical marketing advice or a motivational push. So let's get started. Number 1, LiveHive. Alexa Joy Bell and Victoria Valhalla are hosting LiveHive podcasts for e-commerce businesses. They are both excellent go-to gals to talk to about everything happening in the business world. The LiveHive podcast features a lot of discussion about managing online businesses. The podcast reminds you that the sky's the limit, and it shows you how to get there. If you want to think big and take home a pretty good chunk of change too, this should be at the top of your listening list. Number 2, Shopify Masters. This is for entrepreneurs who are looking for a complete series on everything e-commerce, shown through the lenses of fellow merchants, sharing the most important lessons they've learned along the way. On the Shopify podcast, host Felix Thea interviews experienced Shopify store owners worldwide, working in various industries. Some have left six-figure salaries to become entrepreneurs. Others had started small on Etsy and were trying to grow when success came as a surprise. The podcast takes on a case study format, with visitors offering a transparent look at the methodologies, tools, and Shopify apps that control their businesses. Shopify Masters is for anybody curious about running or currently running trade on Shopify, especially if you need to go beyond what works in theory to learn about what works in practice. Vendors frequently share their income, email pitches that help them win openings, and other data in the show notes, something you ordinarily won't get from other business podcasts. Number 3, Oberlo's Start Yours. Oberlo's Start Yours podcast was made for e-commerce entrepreneurs who want to start and scale a dropshipping store. Oberlo's Start Yours is not the same type of business podcast you listen to once. It is more the kind you bookmark for whenever you need an emotional and mental boost. Start Yours rounds up what is worth talking about in dropshipping and e-commerce, and consistently features guest appearances by ambitious entrepreneurs and e-commerce legends, like John Lee Dumas, from Entrepreneurs on Fire. The content is story-driven, covering the headaches and triumphs of running a dropshipping store, and presented in a light and entertaining way that encourages you to apply the lessons learned to your work and lifestyle. Number 4, the Copywriter Club. Kira Hug and Rob Marsh host this podcast. The Copywriter Club podcast was made for business owners doing their own copywriting, or who want to learn more about the craft of high-converting writing. Tremendous copywriting supports nearly every promoting activity, from your item descriptions, email marketing, site copy, PPC campaigns, and more. Marketing still lives and dies on the words you employ to communicate with buyers. Having a solid understanding of what makes excellent copy stand out will allow you to write your own better, or identify excellent copy written by someone else. This podcast can help you understand how to write copy that converts, including marketing campaigns and product descriptions. In addition to this vast perk, it also talks a lot about running and marketing small businesses, which will be directly relevant to many audiences. Number 5, Mixergy. Mixergy podcast was made for entrepreneurs who love to learn about borrowing ideas from diverse businesses. Airing a few times a week, Mixergy features interviews with people at the best of their exceptionally different fields. There are episodes on rehashed classic experiences like wedding dress shopping, or whether parking tech will have a future in autonomous vehicles. Andrew Warner frequently is celebrated for his comprehensive research of his visitors and his bulldog approach to interviews. He usually doesn't let individuals off with straightforward answers and continuously drills down with follow-up questions. There are also many case studies in this podcast with different owners about the businesses they have grown and tons of valuable information to show entrepreneurs that there is no right way to run a business. Number 6. Nerd Marketing. Nerd Marketing podcast made for all business owners who see themselves as entrepreneurs too. Marketing is part of this podcast name, but Drew regularly discusses his recent experiences with new businesses and other insights into being a successful entrepreneur. Nerd Marketing goes over everything you had to expect from a marketing podcast. There is a lot of advice about starting, growing, and marketing your small business, with plenty of e-commerce specific content, like how to increase your average order value with different targeted strategies. Number 7. The Social Media Marketing Talk Show. This podcast is made for small businesses doing their social media marketing. Ever feel like you get whiplash from all the modern features and changes coming to different social media channels? The Social Media Marketing Talk Show will help you remain up to date, whereas clarifying what all of the changes mean for you. The podcast is facilitated by Eric Fisher, a part of the Social Media Examiner staff, but frequently features other individuals and experts like Andrea Vall and Madeline Sklar. They will make the changes happening in social media feel more available, so you'll know precisely how to get started. Number 8. The Mind Your Business Podcast. Believing in what you're doing, overcoming putting yourself out there, and being reliable when times get extreme can be overpowering for any business visionary. The Mind Your Business Podcast by James Wedmore will help you take your business attitude to another level. James makes you think in an entirely new way, so you stop telling yourself false stories, and you switch to genuinely believing that you are competent and meriting of success. He offers weekly motivation to keep your business headed in the right direction with frequent interviews and captivating storytelling. He is outstandingly relatable and engages his listeners to take massive action as a computerized CEO. Number 9. Rise and Grind. Daymond John does not mess around. If you want to be successful, you have to get your butt out of bed and put in the work. Since childhood, a star of ABC's Shark Tank and a serial entrepreneur, most famously known for creating the brand FUBU, John puts his money and effort where his mouth is. This show is all about the secrets fiercely successful people have used to make cash and utilize their time as viably as possible. By out-strategizing and out-hustling your competitors, you're sure to rise to become the best. One of the best things about Daymond's podcast is his access to some of the world's highest performing people. This guy has connections. He speaks with other entrepreneurs like Gary Vaynerchuk and Barbara Corcoran. If you feel connected with Daymond on Shark Tank, you will love hearing him on this podcast. There are only a few dozen episodes of this podcast so far, but John's 2018 book by the same name was wildly popular. Number 10. Brown Ambition. This weekly podcast is facilitated by two genius financial reporters, Mandy Woodruff and Tiffany Aliche. Whereas they both specialize in helping people craft workable personal budgets, the show focuses on so much more: building financial opportunity, adjusting your own life and career, and taking charge of your work and time. The hosts are not hesitant to take political stances on issues affecting communities of color, and their tone is unbiased and compelling. Recent topics incorporate how to scale up a small trade, make an individual venture strategy, and when it's worth it or not to spend cash on expensive, excellent products. So guys, we are wrapping up. Business podcasts can serve multiple functions. Listening can be a way to use time productively during commutes to and from work, and the subject matter can be beneficial in many ways. Depending on the type of work you do, there is likely a podcast covering issues and topics you'll find helpful. Business podcasts also can serve as entertainment through storytelling, and they can be exciting background noise while performing tasks at work. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you can join the LiveHive squad and be part of our channel. Thank you for watching!